Pre-recorded live from Tacoma, Washington, it's the Derek Luna Show. This week, an interview with Robby Aces, plus tooling around Tacoma. But now, all the way to Tacoma, Philadelphia, Atlanta, LA, it's Derek Luna. That's correct. I'm here in Tacoma, Washington. Ooh, look at that badass truck. At the port of Tacoma on the Puget Sound. And we've been here in Tacoma all weekend doing awesome shows. Shout out to the Tacoma Comedy Club. They've been awesome. This week, I sit down with Robby Aces. He's a Vegas comic. He's here this weekend as our guest host, helping us run the shows. And cool guy, fun talk. Thanks for checking out this episode. After this, we're heading back home for a couple days and then off to the great state of Indiana. So yeah, I'm like Carmen Sandiego or whatever. All over the place. Yeah, kind of a nice day here. Kind of a nice day. There's the Tacoma Dome right there. And that's a drawbridge. Cool town. Cool town, Tacoma. Check out this interview. Bye.
They got a lot of riz. Oh, yeah. If you hang out with uglier people so that you look better looking, they call it mogging. I found that out.
What's that? What? How does that? What does mogging mean?
That means.
I know you just explained what it means, but
yeah.
What's the root of the word?
I have no idea. I don't know what the root of that is at all.
These kids are making up words. I'm worried that they're being pretty irresponsible about it.
Right?
I mean,
like the skibbity thing is like I don't even fathom where they would have come up with that, because it's like that's old school scatting. That's like Scatman Carruthers.
Yeah,
you can't tell me that these Gen whatever alphas and zoomers are
he
like
says skibbity a lot,
right? That they're finding like old videos of Cab Calloway and Scatman Carruthers and being like, Al Jarreau and being like, hey, skibbity. Right, exactly. Be like skibbity. That's the word.
I wish
that one is ours now.
God, I wish they were. Would that be cool? It would make them a lot cooler if they were like, we heard Cab Calloway say this.
If they'll they bring back zoot suits.
I think that's a
like
thing.
The big wacky hats.
I think in the 50s you couldn't just talk about, sexy stuff.
Yeah,
you had to hide it in fun words like skibbity or something.
I feel like, that makes obvious sense, but like everything is out there now. It's like, what would be the logic of that?
Yeah.
I want them to just bring back like those cool watches that like attach to the back of your overly baggy like dress pants that like you click the little button to open it up.
Oh,
to read the time,
I was
right?
feeling nostalgic for pagers the other day. I was like, God, I wish I had that something on my belt that I could look down and check like that.
Yeah, man.
I'm here with Robby Aces. Man, what an intro.
Hey.
What we talked about, skibbities,
right? And
a man cut from the same cloth as me who enjoys thinking about really dumb stuff.
Well, I appreciate that.
Robby Aces.
Thank you.
We're here in Tacoma, Washington. I think you can see the Tacoma Dome behind me. We're here in the Hotel Murano. They always put us up at the Brickyard Comedy Club chain. They always put us up in nice places. So we're relaxing on a Chase Lounge, having a kind of a weird, awkward conversation turned like this so that the shadows aren't so bad.
Right.
But we're making do. It's been a fun week so far. Robby's been our guest host at the Tacoma Comedy Club. We've been having awesome shows so far.
It's been fun. The staff is really cool and nice.
Yeah.
The neighborhood is pretty cool. It's nice and funky.
Yeah, I like the bar across the street. We got thrown out of a bar last night. Not like me and Robby, like the entire festival.
It's like no names. I feel it's like he's like the Al Pacino in Scent of a Woman of like the
Yeah.
World Series of Comedy.
Yeah, there's a couple characters in there. Yeah. But I do like the neighborhood. I was walking around today that I walked almost across that whole drawbridge over there.
Oh, you went across it?
It is a drawbridge. There is a sidewalk.
That's exciting.
They've got chain link fence up, though, so you can't, commit suicide.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm not saying I was thinking about it or anything, but I am in Seattle.
Right. I mean,
it is gloomy.
Yeah, that's what they say, right? It's
I guess I don't
it's
know.
not as bad as Iceland for 6 months.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But pretty bad.
Scandinavian countries, all high suicide rates.
Yeah. They gotta. I heard they have to have fireworks every night in the dark season, so that people will have an excuse to gather together and be festive. And,
like a reason to live,
right? It'd be
basically,
to talk each other off the ledge for 6 months.
Hey man, don't kill yourself. We got fireworks coming up next week.
It's or literally tonight. But we had fireworks last night. I'm over it. No.
Look, let's get through the fireworks, and then we'll talk about this later. But you gotta hang on at least till fireworks, dude.
Yeah, I had.
That's smart.
Yeah, a couple of people last night have actually gone to Iceland that I talked to, and they're like that's a bucket list place for some reason for me. And they're like, yeah, you can't find vegetables there. Yeah. It's only lamb and
pickled
fish.
Stuff.
Yeah.
My one of my best friends, shout out Aaron Kinnison, took his honeymoon to Iceland.
Oh,
some folks are just into countries like that.
Big, right?
I guess it'd be fun to visit, but I don't know. I mean,
that'd be like vacationing in a Superman's Fortress of Solitude.
I guess you're like, it's kind of cool, but
very, very.
There's no beach.
Yeah, no beach, right? It's we could see a polar bear, perhaps.
Yeah, they don't even have those in Antarctica. I think it was Antarctica, wasn't it? The Fortress of Solitude.
Was it? Is that where it was?
I don't know.
I don't. I just know it was completely icy.
Yeah.
And he looked very sad when he was there.
And he had kryptonite there.
Yeah, which was weird.
It's stored safely.
Which was kind of I feel like that was his that was his always at the ready suicide chamber. It was
just in case the pressure gets to me.
It's I'm tired of being the stand-in Christ figure in this crazy superhero genre thing.
This postmodern world,
right?
Yeah.
It
you just take a dip in a kryptonite bath.
He's middle-aged dudes that have a garage with a running car. and
the way
Superman would have the kryptonite room. It's how did that thing? Right? Because he landed on Earth. I don't understand logistically. He landed on Earth as a baby. How is that thing even there? Who built that? Right? Because if kryptonite kills all his people,
he couldn't have gone out and gotten it.
He couldn't have built it.
No.
Right? So how is it there?
I don't know.
There's got to be a whole
They
nother...
probably explained it in some comic book.
Oh, no. I feel there's a huge plot hole there, or it's a non-exploited subplot that's never been revealed.
I was thinking it more special, a CIA operative with a cyanide capsule or something. But you're just no, it's the running car and the garage and the garden hose to the exhaust pipe.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of suicide talk here on the Derek Luna Show.
We are in Washington.
When in Rome. Look, there's hotlines and stuff. Don't do it. It's cool to talk about,
right?
Doing it is way lame.
Do not do it at all. And for the sake of YouTube, you may need to bleep that or put a voiceover where you just say unaliving. I guess that's the euphemism.
What, will they not let me air it?
I feel it. I've been told. I don't know because I'm.
They can demonetize all they want.
I'm not YouTube savvy,
this,
but I've watched a lot of content where they specifically say unaliving because they say the algorithm does not like the word.
Well, for the record,
which is wacky.
Unaliving yourself is way lame.
It's super lame.
Don't do it.
It's it's
But I did buy my daughter a Nirvana shirt this weekend, so
you don't.
Who knows?
You don't need it. You don't need to get into the lore. You don't need to get into the lore of all of that until like she leaves the
Speaking of lore,
Yeah.
let's talk road comedy.
Yay.
I talked to a lot of road dogs, and then so this last week I've been talking to the guest hosts, and a lot of them spend a lot of time on the road. Some of them haven't as much, which is cool and fine. Yeah. But chit-chatting with you last night, I realized, man, Robby's been out and about all over the country doing comedy.
Yeah, man.
How long have you been doing comedy? Let's start with that question.
So I think stand-up is, let's see.
Mine is hard to tell too.
Yeah,
like, depends on when you start counting.
I guess stand-up in theory is 10 years, including a year that had a Seattle and Washington vibes to it because I wasn't getting up enough. But I started out in improv for a long time, like that.
And you're from New York. Did you start in New York?
Yeah. So I started. I started with the improv stuff. That was like the original dream. Like I trained at Upright Citizens Brigade.
I did too. In L.A.
New York.
I did L.A. Yeah.
The original.
Yeah, I did all 4 of the levels. I never joined a team or anything though. Yeah, but I thought it was super fun.
Yeah,
good for my
writing.
writing.
Times.
Yeah.
It was great for in hindsight. I was like, oh, this was a great tutorial on joke writing.
Yeah, it was really helpful for my writing.
Yeah,
I thought
100%. Like heightening and all of that kind of stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff was great. So yeah, started with that, and then I taught at one of the competing places, the Magnet Theater, and I performed at the other competing place, the People's Improv Theater. Used to run the sound booth in like their first couple of years there.
Cool.
Yeah, and then
slowly creep your way over to to stand up.
Yeah, I kind of I did all the improv stuff, and it was like, shoot, I guess the only thing left to do, like, it's a very low ceiling, right? Because you either, in my view, could be totally wrong. It's either you end up being like a teacher at a theater, which I did that too at the Magnet, and then you just do festivals and like teach workshops for money at festivals, or you go into like auditioning for stuff.
Yeah.
And I wasn't super great at auditioning for stuff.
That's what it was in LA. It was all those guys were kind of odd looking, and so like perfect for commercials and stuff.
Yeah.
It was like there was a slew of UCB guys who were all getting commercial work.
Yeah, there was there was a squad in New York who was the same too, that like got a lot of commercial work, and I'm like, oh, I guess that's the move. And I went and did it for a little hot minute, probably not with enough discipline to do it, and I didn't get a lot of bites of stuff. I feel like I got like one commercial callback where I swear the only reason I got the callback was because the casting director person was like, I liked his red shirt. Can he come back wearing the same red shirt?
Yeah.
It's like, if I hadn't worn that red shirt, I probably
I know, it's so disappointing.
Yeah.
If you have any ideas of doing anything like artistically minded or anything, auditions are so disappointing. Because it just none of it matters. It's all, I had a funny mustache that was getting me work for a while.
Oh, that must have been nice. Like, that's way better than a red shirt, because at least got you booked. The red shirt wasn't enough. It was just apparently that dude's favorite color, I guess.
Weird.
He was like, he's skinny, red shirt, okay.
Yeah.
You know?
And it hurts your feelings to have somebody be like, hey, this thing that you care a lot about and have worked really hard on, I'm treating it just arbitrarily. Like, right. It's like it doesn't matter one way or the other.
And then you just had the most like bare bones like premise of a commercial, and they'd be like, we need people with improv experience to show up, and you basically are writing their commercial.
Yeah, right.
And then you may still not get booked
that's
for
why
writing
they
their
like
commercial.
That's why they like all the improv guys,
yeah.
is because they get a bunch of different ideas without paying for them, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, all right. That isn't working out. I've hit the ceiling for improv. And then I was like, I'm tired of being broke. So I went to grad school, and I was a public school teacher in New York City for like 3 or 4 years, and I was not a really good one.
Still doing mics and stuff?
Here and there, but
Yeah.
like not enough.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm miserable. Let me get back to comedy. Stand up is the move, I feel like.
Yeah.
So that was.
And you don't have to rely on anybody else. There's no improv team to
Right,
that
exactly.
you got to ride or die with. Yeah.
Oh man, because that would be the worst. Like especially like those like the house teams at like UCB and like the other places and stuff. Like for the most part, everybody was cool. They were like chill. They were all on the same page. But you also had like a lot of either like you had extremes of like either it was like you got to be artificially loving on everybody.
Real phonies.
Pretending like you
Yeah.
like each other, which mostly I did, you know? Or it would be like a string of bad shows. It's like, oh my God, the team might get cut.
The team
and then
might
it's
get
like
cut.
low key, like people's like subtly turning on each other.
Backstabbing, yeah.
Because it's like, well, this guy is going to probably end up getting an audition for something that matters and having a career. But these guys over here, right?
They need the improv team.
Right? You know?
It's so
Like
funny
low-key.
when
it's like subtext of it,
when
right?
like those human nature things play out, but in something as silly as an improv team. It's like
But then it's like, you know, like the really so there were some really good people that are also generally super nice people. Whereas
Yeah.
like in the years since, like I see them on like TV stuff or like commercials and things. I'm like super happy because I'm like, oh, like they're very funny and talented, and I also know that they were actually a good person.
Yeah,
They weren't
yeah.
a piece of do,
yeah.
you know?
Do.
Yeah.
Really censoring yourself here.
Right? Yeah, because I made myself overly conscious after we talked about the
Unaliving, yeah.
they're doing away with one's human meat suit, right? Like now, I'm like, I got to use a euphemism
Now
for
you're like,
Derek's
oh, shit.
algorithm.
I might have painted this whole thing right into a corner. It's all right, man. Nobody watches this but my mom. Shout out, Mom.
Heck yeah! Hey, Derek's mom.
Thanks for being a fan. So then you moved to Vegas, and now you live in Vegas?
Yeah, man.
What's that like on like a day-to-day basis? I heard you chit-chatting with Danley about it. Jaredog lives in Vegas.
Yeah, he's probably got a real different Vegas life situation, right? Because he's a kept man, right?
True, yeah,
And,
yeah.
And he owns real estate.
Yeah,
He's got
I believe
he's
so,
got a
yeah.
mortgage or something.
Yeah,
and
he might be living a different life,
like
maybe,
like
yeah.
an HOA.
Yeah, I know he does shows and stuff every once in a while out there. But you're out there like really trying to grind it out and
Trying
hit
to
up
do the
mics and do
thing.
the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
What's that like on a day to day?
It's different, man. Like Vegas. I don't know. The Vegas functions like a normal like stand-up comedy city.
Yeah.
You know.
Hold that mic up to your
Oh.
face.
I love it. You're like
slowly it
right,
starts sinking
right.
on everybody.
Because you're like, well,
like-
we've got weak arms. Like,
It's like 5 minutes in, 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in. I interviewed the old bass player in my band, and like I looked down after 10 minutes in, and he just has it sitting right here in his hand still, but down on the ground. It's like, hey man, come on.
that's like when like you go and see a hypnotist, and that like they like hypnotize you and stuff. They'll be like, put your hands up and close your eyes. And your hands are getting heavy.
Yeah.
Hands are getting heavy. Your hands are slowly moving down, which is actually just psychologically your muscles are physically tired in your hands.
Your arms just
right?
getting tired.
But then you're like, oh my God, it's working. You hypnotize yourself.
Yeah, I don't trust hypnotists at all.
I've been to a few.
In Vegas, I bet. I
Yeah.
bet it's a lot of that going on. Magic.
Oh yeah, man.
I'd hang out with a magician before a hypnotist.
And when I moved out there, like I had family visiting, and they wanted to see a show, and we got free tickets to one of those comedy hypnosis guys.
Yeah.
And I ended up being a hypnotized person on the stage. I don't remember much of it, but I feel like I might now be like a sleeper assassin for the CIA.
Yeah, see, I don't want somebody inside my brain messing around.
Right? Like for the public, it's like every time I say blue moose, you imagine there's a hot naked lady and you want to touch the boobies.
Yeah,
but then
I don't
like
want none of that.
but like in your ear, how do I know he wasn't like, you're gonna get a phone call in 5 years, and when you hear green moose, you're gonna go and find a foreign diplomat to murder. You know, like how do I know?
Manchurian shit. I don't like it. I don't like the idea of it. I've seen too many movies about it. Maybe.
Right?
Yeah. So, good shows in Tacoma this week. You're hosting both shows tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
You excited? You feeling good?
Heck yeah.
We've really had some killer crowds.
Yeah, this has been
time.
Tacoma's been like pretty cool. Like the audience has been really neat.
Yeah, and in all sorts of ways, like they weren't all uptight about dirty stuff. People have done political type stuff, and they've been pretty chill about most of that.
Yeah,
and political stuff on kind of like both sides. Which is a good sign to me that, like, hey, these guys just want to laugh at just whatever,
I feel like, in like, Wednesday night, I feel like folks in the front, I was like, you like, and maybe that's just a preconceived notion I had in my head, but like squad in the front, I was like, you don't seem like Tacoma. You guys seem like Bay Area.
Yeah, right.
The Valley in Cali.
Sure, yeah.
It's
weird because Tacoma's a suburb of Seattle, but I mean, yeah. So we're getting a good mix of young and old and all different types of people.
Yeah,
but good crowds
for sure.
Yeah, and that room has been full both nights, and here we are Friday, Saturday, 4 shows left.
And I like and some nice some funky dressing too. Like I don't know about you. Like I sometimes like I'll be like, oh, who's like I'll like admire people's wardrobe because I'm a slob, and I'll be like, oh, check that out, like that's really cool. That person showed up.
I like bold choices sometimes,
right?
Like stuff where it's like I couldn't wear that, but that's pretty dope,
right? Like there's a full on like sort of gypsy tarot reader like looking gal on the wild card night.
Yeah.
Sitting next to, I don't know if that was her mom's or whatnot, but I'm like, oh, cool. So we got Gypsy Tarot Reader next to Stevie Nicks, which is like, that makes sense.
Yeah,
right?
They would be friends,
right? Of course they would, right? It was kind of cool. It's
Stevie Nicks right next door,
right? Like that flowy kind of dress thing.
Yeah,
and
you got a grass skirt sort of thing going on.
Yeah,
not a grass skirt, but you know what I'm saying.
And then he had like the like it could be like a former punk rock lead singer guy that's now in a 12-step program, or you could just be a hip pastor at a mega church. Like
I saw a guy that was a manager at a place and a full-on mohawk.
That's great.
Green mohawk.
But
cool. Other than that, dressed very like professionally.
Like, was it like a pastel colored suit type of thing, or like?
No, just
I think I saw
normal.
a purple suit.
Just pretty normal, like khakis.
That's cool.
Khakis button-up shirt. But green mohawk and like shaved on the sides, not just like a faux hawk, like straight up. I'm going to the mosh pit right after this. I got to change these clothes,
which is nice.
I was like, that's pretty dope.
Oh yeah, it's like I'm going from here to the band practice.
Yeah, punk rock got responsible and got like a pretty good job.
Right, exactly. It's like I'm about that life, but I also need to pay the bills.
Yeah. It's expensive up here. Hey, so do you want to play 10 bad questions?
Hell yeah.
I got 10 bad questions. We do these kind of rapid fire. But you can also stop and talk about it if you need to, But off the top of your head, McLaughlin group style. Are you ready? Robby Aces for 10 bad questions.
I'm ready.
Question 1. Where do we find you online?
You find
Perhaps I'll put it on a tag right here.
Yeah, heck yeah. You find me at Robby Aces _stand up on the IG which connects to the FB, which I never go to because it's a dumpster fire. So
It's not good there, I guess.
Yeah. I avoid
I really
it.
don't go to any of these things other than just to post something and then leave
Right
immediately.
on. Yeah. There's a.
I always get mad
Right on. There's a.
or jealous.
Do you? Right? You'd be like, how does he have so much engagement? How does this person
Sometimes,
do?
yeah.
Right? Oh man.
It
I
only
feel
leads
that.
to bad feelings
Right
when I
on.
scroll around.
There's
So I try not to do it. But
No, I get that. So Instagram's the thing that I'm mostly on.
and what was that one more time?
Robby Aces, spelled Robby, not like the EDM guy from Britain, Robby. I forget his name. He spells it IE. Mine is Robby. Aces, like you would expect to be spelled. _ stand up. That's the IG, the Instagram. And then
Check them out. Check out a show.
Then I got a website, vanillatino.com, which if you visit enough, I'll have a reason to update it.
Vanillatino.
Yeah, man.
I like that.
That's
Vanillatino.com.
trademarked. Don't use it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Patent pending. Patent pending. Question 2. If you were king of the world,
Ooh.
what's one fun thing that you would force everyone to do?
King of the world. Fun thing I'd force everybody to do.
See the idea? It's fun, but it's mandatory also. So maybe it becomes not so fun.
Compulsory fun times.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Mando fun.
Yeah, do mandatory Saturday morning silly dance off.
Somebody else said silly dance off too.
Did they?
Silly dancing time.
Yeah, man.
Oh, people would get way tired of that, especially people who don't like dancing and stuff.
Oh God, they would.
Man, they'd be like, "This new king sucks."
My other one would be if parallel thinking with the silly dance time. The other one would be food centered. It'd be mandatory. Eat one of these 3 awesome things that will kill you, which would be either a really, really rich milkshake. Sorry, people that are lactose intolerant, or the crispiest bowl of bacon you can find. Sorry, people that don't dine on swine, or one of the big bags of Takis. I guess Takis.
The hot Takis?
Yeah, man. Oh my God, those are great.
So you got 3 deadly choices.
Yeah.
You got to choose one of them.
You got to choose one.
I like it gamified a little bit. That's nice. But I'd be drinking a milkshake every day, which leads nicely into question 3. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Favorite ice cream flavor is mint chocolate chip.
God, a lot of comedians loving mint chocolate chip. What is up with you nerds?
I like it. Like,
the answer was Rocky Road.
was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Question 4. If you were a time traveler.
You're just a marshmallow dude, I feel like.
I guess I'm in it for the
Like
chocolate.
marshmallow and chocolate.
And the almonds, personally, but mint chocolate chip, that's my dad's favorite flavor.
Oh, see, that's
And
why
there's
you're
nothing cool about my dad.
That's why you're prejudging it. It's like, oh no.
Yeah, maybe
that's how
why.
I feel about like butter pecan ice cream.
Yeah, both of those I think are the same.
Yeah,
They're all right, but it's definitely not my favorite.
like I was forced to have butter pecan because that was my mom's favorite ice cream.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, that was the only choice.
It's just like that's what we're getting.
Was just led us as kids to rebel and no longer want to have ice cream.
Yeah.
When it was like,
You're
who
drawing a
wants
line in the
ice
sand at
cream?
that point. You're like,
And it
"No,
was like, we
thanks."
know it's going to be no.
Question 4. If you were a time traveling tourist, which time period are you going back to? Just to hang out for like a couple days.
Time traveling tourists.
I put this question on there, and then I realized when you interview minorities and women, they're immediately like, "Can I go to the future?"
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm like, I didn't think about that, but yeah, future's also an option.
yeah. Gosh. It depends where you would be in the future. I feel like if it's future, then maybe I would say like Dubai in the year the year 3000.
You think Dubai? So you're going location based too. So
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be like.
well, you could just go into the future and then go to Dubai. Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you go to 3000 and then see where the cool stuff is?
Well, that's fair
and
enough
go
because
there?
I don't know.
Yeah,
because maybe
for
Dubai
sure.
will not be the spot.
Yeah.
Back then in the future.
You could figure
I don't
that
know
out
how time
later.
works.
I wouldn't put my money on Dubai though. It's in
Nah.
the middle of the desert.
I don't know, but they greened the desert. It's supposed
Sure
to be like
they
cool
did.
stuff to do there
And
and
that seems
stuff.
sustainable.
Yeah, I mean probably not. But I don't know. There's secret weather machines,
So
right?
we're just definitely saying the future.
I'm going with future. Yeah.
Okay, probably a better idea than some of my answers.
Yeah.
The future. It's where it's at. Hopefully. Dear Lord, I hope so. Question 5. What's your favorite performance space? It's a two-parter. So, like, favorite place you have performed and favorite, like, a bucket list. I'd love to perform there someday.
Favorite performance space. I would say I don't know what it looks like now, but Rodney Dangerfield's place in New York was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
As the
I've heard stories about this
yeah.
spot.
That was
Dangerfields.
Yeah, man, that place was super cool when it was like the first place I got to be on like a club stage.
Yeah.
Someplace. It was like an independent produced thing, but I was still in there, and it was fun and it was kind of cool. I don't know if it looks the same. I hear it's like new owners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It died and then got revived or whatever, but it was pretty darn cool, and I liked that.
Like
I got a
any
special
club with a
memory
long
about it.
life, like there's ups and downs. And
Yeah.
depending on when you were there, you would have a wildly different story
Yeah,
about
man.
it.
The place was just like cool setup. Like you like went. That was like 2006. Yeah, I think it was like 2016 October, like a month before everything got super divided.
Yeah.
As it has been for like the last 9 years, but like the decor, I was like, oh my god, I could totally see Rodney Dangerfield being in this decor,
Yeah.
in this place.
Yeah, picking out the drapes and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. It was kind of cool. I would like to, I would like to perform. I would like to perform at the original cellar in New York. That would be cool.
Oh yeah, that's on my bucket list for sure.
Or like the big timer room at the store in LA would be cool.
Yeah, the OR. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good answers. Question 6. What's the most annoying thing?
The most annoying thing is, and I've done it myself, is preemptively apologizing for stuff that is totally unnecessary to apologize for.
Oh man, yeah, when people do it a lot,
Yeah.
it gets on my nerves. I'm
Yeah.
like, hey man, you don't have to apologize for that.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
And I've been guilty of it too.
Yeah, me
so,
too.
Yeah.
Question 7. Snakes or spiders? You don't get any further explanation.
Shoot. Man, my initial impulse was to say spiders because I feel like they're more useful. They murder all the bugs I hate. But then when I stewed in the broth a little bit further, I'm like, snakes just feel really cool and they look really cool. And, if I'm going to get killed by one or the other of those things with no explanation, then I might snake.
Trust your instincts. Snakes was the correct answer.
Awesome.
Okay, you're on a desert island. You get 5 movies.
5 movies
Top
on
of your head. What 5 are
five
you
movies
taking?
on a desert island.
What 5 are you
I'm
gapping at?
taking Talladega Nights.
Nice.
I'm taking Cool Hand Luke.
Ooh, great movie.
I'm taking Fight Club.
Great movie.
I'm taking Donnie Darko.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
You're right. I just demographically pitch and hold myself a certain way. I feel like with that one, and then I am I'm gonna take fifth one is damn, that's hard. Fifth one.
Movie five.
Lord God. Fifth one. I'm gonna go with.
He has his eyes closed while he's doing this.
I haven't seen this movie in a really long time, so if I watch it again, it might be total trash. But I vaguely remember it being like trippy and surreal and like whatever. City of Lost Children.
City of Lost Children.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that before.
It's like some weird evil scientist dude in some like bunker on like somewhere in like some really dark lit city that's stealing dreams from like kids, and it's got a
Don't steal dreams.
that
That's
Perlman
the
actor
worst.
guy that ended up being
Ron Perlman?
Yeah, the guy that ended up being Hellboy.
Yeah.
Like he's in it.
Oh, he's scary.
And he
steals dreams?
No, he doesn't steal
He's the
dreams.
good guy.
He's actually the good guy.
We're
He's
sitting here pitching this movie.
Right. He's the good guy in the movie, which is like he's just one of the most
Go, Ron Perlman.
He's one of the most naturally Frankenstein's monster-looking men that
Is that
has
the
ever
same
lived.
guy who's in Sons of Anarchy?
I think he is.
Yeah, I drove through Northern California. I was wanting to see those boys out on the bikes.
I've never watched that movie.
The X liked it.
That movie, that show.
Question 9.
FX.
You're a road dog. Favorite gas station? Favorite truck stop? I'm a Loves man myself. I'm a Loves man.
Right.
Why have they not used that song to advertise, right?
They should.
Otis Redding's
Right.
Love Man?
Or like if they would have to pay a whole lot of money to do it.
Probably.
But and this one they would have to pay a whole lot of money to do it too, but it would totally work. All you need is loves.
Yeah, you're not getting the
all
beat.
you need is loves while they're showing like the deals
Yeah.
on like these 64 ounce
yeah.
like fucking Mountain Dew or whatever.
Buy one, get one.
Yeah.
Donuts. Mini donuts.
There was some gas station in Beaver, Utah, and I don't even remember the name of it, but I've like stopped there multiple times, having to drive through the Southwest.
Like a one-off, like a
Yeah,
mom and pop?
it's like off the highway in Beaver, Utah, and of course the jokes write themselves, right? So like Beaver, Utah is all about that name, and you get the stupid,
for sure.
the
They're
stupid
selling-
bumper stickers
they're
that say
selling
"I
t-shirts.
love Beaver." ... Utah.
Yeah.
And I
They
don't know,
have a Uranus, Missouri.
right? Oh yeah, I've been through there too.
Yeah. Same deal.
Yeah. Where they got like
Tons of fun T-shirts and stuff.
yeah. Oh yeah, they
Beaver,
got that
Utah.
whole place with the crazy T-shirts, and you got
Yeah.
good candy in there too.
One time
there's like a alien near the front door.
One time the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile visited.
Oh, that is
and
hilarious.
they sure enough got an Instagram post with somebody captioned, that's one big wiener pulling out of Uranus.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah, I do laugh at them. I know they're totally stupid, but I can't help myself. I love a good Uranus joke. I love a good Beaver joke.
Yeah, man.
I'll look for that in Beaver, Utah.
Yeah, I've only been in that gas station at like 2 a.m. doing a long drive.
Yeah.
From one place.
It's a 24-hour.
Yeah, one of those type of
you got to have those.
where it's like the person that's working there is like just looks like they gave up on life a long time ago.
Sure.
But there's like really fancy and cool looking knives behind like glass, like in the middle of the gas station.
Oh, just to bring it full circle, are we not going to talk about unaliving yourself again?
Yeah, voluntarily projecting yourself out of your meat suit permanently.
Wow, it got so dark here in Tacoma. Question 10, what's your favorite thing about comedy? Let's think uplifting, Robbie. We got to end this.
Man.
We got to end this on a
My favorite thing it's cliche, right? But my favorite thing about comedy is the smiles and the laughs on people's faces.
There's
and
no
being
answer
like,
to this that isn't cliche.
You know,
Yeah.
right? It's just like being like, "Oh, I've done a service." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like-
weirdly, yes. We
know?
wrapped up that show last night, and I felt like I'd had a pretty good set. But then you go to the bar, and there's a bunch of people at the bar that had just come from the show that were all, just throwing out praise at you and giving you high fives.
It's
and
kind of
whatnot.
nice,
It's like, yeah, they had a great night, and I had something to do with that. That's great.
I look at it as it's a service job.
Yeah,
and you're making the lives of people that chances are have way more stressful existences than you are, like a little less stressful for anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours.
Yeah.
And that feels kind of good.
And it was like a family. Like you could tell it was like mom and dad and then like a kid and his, wife. Like they had gone out, I just think that's way better than sitting at home watching TV or whatever. Like these guys were all out together doing something, I think that's great. Comedy's good. Comedy's great. Go do comedy. Go see comedy.
Yeah, like there was a lady that bought a T-shirt. She was with her fella, and she said she worked like 6 jobs. It's like she's a nurse's assistant, so she works some of those jobs like in, I guess, hospitals out here in Tacoma. But then she's got private clients where she goes to their homes and does that whole thing. And it's like, oh yeah, she lives a way crazy stressful life. And she's like, my man, said I needed some time to relax, so he brought me out to this.
Yeah, we gotta come relax. People's lives are in this lady's hands,
right? So it felt kind of good. It was like, all right, we decompressed you a little.
I'm with you, man. It's cliche, but all of it's pretty true.
Yeah, man.
Well, thanks for doing this. Thanks for sitting down and talking with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And it's been a fun weekend, dude.
Hell yeah, bro. Let's keep going.
Yeah, we got a Friday, we got Saturday, and then we land this plane, and I drive like 2,000 miles.
Right? Like the road dog you are.
And then we'll see you back in Vegas, back on your home turf.
Hell yeah,
if
bro.
not somewhere in between, which I wouldn't. You're going to be in Little Rock?
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah. We'll be eating some crawdads in Little Rock, bud.
Yeah.
Good to see you,
Heck
Robby.
Yeah.
Well, there it is, and there it was. Thanks for checking out this episode, my interview with Robby Aces. We're heading back home. I've got a short trip to Indiana. I don't know who I'm talking to next, but we got the 4th of July coming up. Maybe I'll talk to a family member. Maybe get my mom or my dad on here if I can talk them into it. Why would they do that? I don't know, but thanks for checking it out. We'll see you next week. Bye.